Good to have you join us on the show. AFCON update on Trust TV. Adeniyi, Ajisafe, of course. We know that the big boys right now are separating themselves from the, I don't want to use the word small boys anyway. It's not easy to play football. But this time around, we have 8 teams slugging it out. Starting from today, as we speak right away, a match is starting over there in Morocco between Mali and Senegal. Who will win this battle between the two teams? And it's a big one because they are all equal to the task. Of course, by 8 p.m., Morocco will also be tackling Cameroon. Big one also coming up there. Host nation Morocco, they are not ready to go out. They want to host Cameroon well in that encounter. But right now, our attention is going to be on the first one that's right now ongoing, Senegal versus Mali. And I have in the studio, of course, I want to call them gentlemen. One is rolling, one is static. As it is right now, I have one. I call him Lagbaja, I call him FIFA instructor, and usual suspect. Olawale, good to have you.
Ajisafe, it's my pleasure being here. So what name are you giving me today?
Today?
Man in the middle.
Let me not say yet. I don't want to say yet. It will come. Don't worry. Okay, Akogu Yusuf, good to have you on the show.
Always a pleasure. Yeah.
Okay, now we know that the big one is happening as we speak. Quickly, let's take a look at the match between Senegal and Mali because that game is ongoing. But at least before you guys will talk, we know that this particular one is ongoing between Mali and Senegal. Cameroon, Morocco will be coming up by 8 p.m. A quick one at the lineup of those players. A tough one there because they've all been set up to play this game. Of course, for the Malian team, you have Tom Sanford as their coach and Pape Tio as the coach of the Teranga Lions of Senegal. Well, you have Diarra, that's the goalkeeper, experienced one, Gazama, Camara. You have Diaby, Traore, Koulibaly, Dieng. You have Bizoma, Sangare, Sinayoko, and Hedara, making it for Mali. And meanwhile, for Senegal, of course, at the back is Mendy. You have Diallo, Koulibaly, another Koulibaly there, although he's always come up with French speaking countries in Africa. Niakate, you have Diop, Gueye, another Gueye now, Diarra, Diaye, you have Diallo, and Sadio Mane. This is the lineup so far, and the game is there ongoing. Quickly, taking a look at this. Let me start with Akogu Yusuf. This lineup, from this line we are seeing, which team can at least win this game?
Well, on paper, the game is for Senegalese to lose, but not taking anything away from Mali. Mali has a very good team in this tournament. If you look at their team, they have some fantastic players, the like of Sangare. He's a fantastic player. Bissouma, of course, he played for Tottenham Sport, is the captain of this team. He did so well in their match against Tunisia, where they won on penalties 3-2. It ended that way. So we list line up the like of Mane there in that team, the like of Koulibaly, of course, in that team. And of course, if you look at the bench of this Senegalese team, you also know that there is a start for their team. So for me, it's a game of, it's an even match. I want to say it's going to be an even match because these two, they are neighbors. And of course, they know each other very, very well. Whatever result they may have had in the past may not really count for what will happen today. I think the game is going to be a balanced team, but again, like I said, on paper it's for the Senegal to lose, but on the field of play today, Mali has every chance to win this game. Taking
that from you, that is like, it means you are going for 50-50, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm sure Olawale will have a different opinion entirely. Let's have it.
You like to set me up.
I'm not setting, of course, you are in the middle, so.
Okay, so I'll go for Senegal, 70-30. And why do I say so? Yes, history doesn't matter, but when you've perfected your history, it matters a lot. The last 5 matches between, or 5 games between Senegalese and the Mali team, they won 4. They only had 1 draw. And don't forget, and this is not a game that you are fighting for 3 points. Someone needs to go home. If you look at the Mali trajectory, before they got to where they are quarterfinal right now, they've never won any match out of play. Their first 3 matches in the group stages, it was draw. 3 points that took them to round of 16. And they went to penalty against Tunisia before Diarra made those 2 lovely saves that brought them to this stage. And if you look at the Senegalese team, they normally win most of their matches from the bench, not even from the starting 11. And when you have the king of assists, I'm talking of Sadio Mane, the man that have broken the record of the most assists in AFCON history. 9 assists so far, is playing. So that means he's not playing to win. He's not playing to score. He's playing to assist his team. And if you also look at the physicality, the Senegalese team, they've committed 75 fouls in this competition, the highest so far. So that means they are very, very physical also. So that means they have the strength to take it beyond the normal 90 minutes. However, if you look at the history, the Senegalese team, they are not that very good when it comes to the penalty. They're not good in the sense that the 7th time that they've played in the knockout stages, they've won 5 and they lost twice. The 2 times they lost to penalty. So I'm very sure the Malian team also, they will have done their statistic on them that let's push them up to the penalty. When it comes to that, they normally lose. They lost to Nigeria when we hosted it in 2000 in the knockout stages. They also lost in 2017 to the Cameroon. So this time around, they will try as much as possible to win the game within 90 minutes. So whatever they are bringing to the Senegalese team, if the first 11 cannot do the work, if you look at the lineup, NJ, Nicholas Jackson, is not there. Is not playing. So that means they are reserving some of their best to come in and change the game from the bench. So whatever Mali is bringing up, I'm sure Senegalese, they are up to task. So I give it to them, 70%. They are winning Mali tonight.
Well, 70-30, 50-50, Akogu Yusuf versus Olawale Peters. Before we go back to that quickly, let's go to the market and get some message from our sponsors.
My name is Dr. Habib Atondani Fowoshe, Chairman of November Cubes Group. Let's come together as one Nigeria from the savannas of the north to the coast of the south, our heartbeat as one for the Super Eagles. Let's celebrate our diversity and unite for victory. From all of us at November Cubes Group, we do wish the Super Eagles all the best at the AFCON. Bring them the trophy, guys. Kindly do visit us today and discover a world of luxury, comfort, and tranquility. At November Cubes Group, we're not just building homes, serving meals, or offering hospitality business. We are creating a lifestyle that is perfect for families, professionals, and entrepreneurs. Thank you, and we look forward to welcoming you soon.
Welcome back on the show. AFCON update on Trust TV. We just saw there November Cubes Group making it happen concerning AFCON update. But right now, we know that the match between Senegal and Mali, tough one it is. 8 minutes right now, no goal. Both of them are trying to at least size themselves up. Before we went on break, Akogu was saying 50-50 is an even game. Olawale says 70-30. Tilting towards the Ranga Lions. Yes. I guess the fear of lion is the beginning of wisdom. I guess you've gone to some zoos and maybe the lion pursue you in the dream or physically.
Not really. And if you're talking about the AFCON, the one they are playing currently, take it or leave it. Yes, on paper, the Senegalese team, they have the best squad. The depth of their team alone is enough to defeat anybody. What they need to avoid today, which also has not been paying for them, is if they allow the Malian to score first. Because if you look at the Malian team, defensively they are very good. So once they score that goal, they'll just play 8-1-1. 8 people, you see them in the box. The game will become very boring. So, but if that did not happen, or irrespective of what happened, I see the Senegalese team with their experience, because they have more experienced player than the Malian team. You can't have man in your team. Koulibaly can't have him in your team. Even Nicholas Jackson, you cannot have him in your team and you'll be scared of scoring goals. Not to talk of those young lads also that normally comes in and make the magic happen. So take it or leave it. Either the lion or the tiger or the giraffe or the cheetah, whatever you want to call it. I think the Senegalese...
I know you're going to turn this against me because I said maybe you saw lion when... maybe you went to one zoo and you saw some lion.
I'm actually scared of lion. I can't go...
Seriously. Anyway, the match is still ongoing and it's still goalless. Before Akogu Yusuf will be making his point, let's take a look at the head-to-head at AFCON anyway. Head-to-head at AFCON, just look at it. They met only once and it was a draw. Akogu, does this actually going to be reflecting about what you are saying that it's going to be 50-50?
Certainly.
From there, I can see your punch coming.
Yes, certainly. Before now, I know that their AFCON history was not in favor of any of the two teams. So I know whatever happened in the past, whether in friendly or in qualifiers against these two teams, may not count today.
This is AFCON.
This is AFCON. The two teams want to win the AFCON. I listened to the Malian coach, and he said after he beat Tunisia, he said, look, he's here. Whether he won any match or not, he's already in the quarterfinal. The rules is not against him, and he's here to win the cup. So he's very, very focused, and I'm sure he's going to frustrate the Senegalese team today. We're going to see what's happening. So far, it's goalless draw, and of course, like Mr. Peter said, Senegal should not make mistakes of allowing Mali to score first. Once they do that today...
Wait. Slow down. Why are you now quickly? You were standing on your own. Now you are beginning to tilt towards it. No. I saw that punch coming. Why you do change the ball?
No. What I'm saying is that Senegal should not allow Mali to get the first goal. Once Mali get the first goal, then they are in for a long night.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Because Mali, they are very good when it comes to defending. Bissouma is organizing that team so well. He's done fantastic, so far in this tournament for the team. And of course, if you look at the team, watch their game against Tunisia. They got that red card, I think 32 or 33 minutes in the first half. And they held on until they played 120 minutes. 10 men against Tunisia. When Tunisia got that goal, everybody thought it was going to be over. But luck was there in favor of Mali, and they got that equalizer, and they went on to win the game. So it's a team that has that enduring spirit. They can endure. They are physical. They can, they play for each other. They suffer for each other. And remember what Mourinho said: the team that want to win a tournament suffer for each other.
Are you already saying Mali or what? What are you starting?
Not necessarily Mali, but from what they are taking a game. One game. Per time.
I'm just pulling on. Don't mind me. Don't mind
what
me.
They have, you can't rule them out. They are in the last.
But to be candid, Akogu, I love the way the Malians have been playing. Yeah. They've been very absorbing. They've been strong. I wish there is something. The only thing I see that our team, I don't want to dwell too much on Super Eagles, but that strength to carry on, that longevity to carry on, that ability to withstand it, no matter how long the match is. Red card from 32nd minute till end, 120 minutes, and they held on to it till they were able to qualify. The only problem we are lacking Eagles. We have good artistry, but that's strength.
I think in Eagles, in the Super League, if you watch our last game, we ended the way we started. All right, it may be against Mozambique. Before and build up to that game, there was anxiety, there was fear that Mozambique, with what they play against the like of Cameroon and Cote d'Ivoire, they were also a very strong side. There was some kind of anxiety or scare, But these Eagles were able to, put them in their place, control the game for 90 full minutes with what happened. I don't think there is that issue with Eagles. I think what we need to do is for the players to play to coach instructions. Once they do that, I think we're good to go. The coach, so far, so optimistic with his team. He says he's ready, and of course, it's a game. Well, tomorrow we'll talk about the Super Eagles. Well,
as it is right now, it's time to turn to the stage. Let me use that. do you know the reason I'm calling you stage now?
I don't know the reason why you give me another name.
You remember the late Obafemi Awolowo? The glass is used to wear. Is you know how roundish it is? They call it the sage.
So that means you're saying Awolowo is my mentor.
Maybe, but this is football.
No, it's someone that everybody would like. I don't know if Papa would like football anyway. It does. Everybody like football.
Anyway, okay, so the match is still goalless so far. Let's just give you an update. The match is still goalless between Mali and Senegal. Right now, Lloyd Peter, you were about saying something before I cut it.
Okay, yeah, so the game is going to be an interesting one. And don't forget also, if you look at the top 10 teams in Africa as at November ending, CAF ranking, FIFA ranking, we have 8 of them playing in the quarterfinal. It's only Tunisia and South Africa that are out. Tunisia 7th, South Africa 9th. So the top 8 in Africa, they are playing in the quarterfinal. So that shows how interesting the match will be. Yes, on paper, Senegal, Mali, they don't have what it takes in terms of head-to-head. If you look at the friendly matches they've played, the World Cup qualifier that they've played. But the beauty of AFCON is when we're playing, there's no respect. There's no respect. So nobody's going to respect each other than playing with Messi or Ronaldo. However, for the game to be interesting, a goal needs to come in the first half. If not, the tactical display of the Malians will frustrate the Senegalese team. I'm not watching the match, but I'm 100% sure that what they'll be doing right now,
they'll be
like you said, the absorbing team. They'll absorb the pressure waiting for the counter attack, and that made the game to frustrate the opponent. For us to see free flow of football, it will be when the Senegalese team scored. Then the Malian will look at, okay, I don't have anything to do, let's come out. And if the Malian should score before the Senegalese team, even though they don't have the history of equalizing and winning when it comes to AFCON, they don't have that history, but the pressure will be too much for the Malians. Don't forget that the physicality and the strength of the Senegalese team is different from the Tunisia. So we should not look at the rate in which they are able to absorb the Tunisia. And the Tunisia team, with due respect to them, they are not as good as we expected them to. Because if not, I'm not expecting Nigeria to give them 3-0. The time they woke up, it's more like the game is coming to an end. So I think it's going to be an interesting match to watch tonight. But take it or leave it, I'm still going again. It's Senegal game tonight.
Senegal game tonight, still goalless over there in Morocco between Senegal and Mali, and we'll be looking at that particular encounter. And now let's cross over and talk about the one for 8 p.m. Host nation Morocco. They will file out to see the support of their fans. Hakimi, Ibrahim Diaz against Mbeumo and other players over there in Cameroonian team. Well, big one happening by 8 p.m. Quickly, let's just look at the predicted lineup of the Moroccans and the Cameroonian. Well, they have David Pago as their coach. I'm talking about Cameroon there, while Wally Regragui is the coach of Moroccan Atlas Lion. At the back, you have a Parsi as the goalpost, that's the goalkeeper. Tolo, Koto, you have Malone, Chumadu, you have Yvonne, you have Baleba. Watch out for Baleba. Nagida, you also have Nomio, Kufane, of course, Kufane rather. You have Mbeumo, the Manchester United player. And for the Moroccans, from the back, of course, Bono, Hakimi, Aguad, you have Moera, Mazrao, watch out, Zambari, that's another player, Nori, Kano, Brandias, you have Kahabi, watch out for those players, and also not forget Islao there. These are the, at least this is just the predicted line, 3-4-3, 4-3-3. Olawale Peter, yep. This is it.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting match to watch tonight. And don't forget, the Cameroonian, they are game spoiler. In the history of AFCON, there's no team that defeated host nation like they did. In 1984, Ivory Coast, when Cote d'Ivoire hosted it, they defeated Cote d'Ivoire in 1984 in the semi-final.
That's Cameroon.
That's Cameroon. In 1988, Morocco 88, they defeated the same Morocco in the quarterfinal. Nigeria, Ghana 2000. Don't forget the final.
Of course.
The penalty after 2-2.
They dealt with us.
They defeated Nigeria. Fast forward again to 2002. They did the same thing in Mali. They did the same thing again in Ghana. So they have the history of eliminating
host nation.
The host nation when it comes to the knockout stages. So they are coming in with the confidence. Then don't forget also that they have players that they have what it takes to deliver. The like of Baleba, he will control that midfield. He's a box-to-box player. It's more like the small Nketiah. If you watch his game at Brighton very well, you will know that's the reason why Manchester United, they tried to go for him sometime last season. It's a very good all-rounder midfielder that will do a very good job. And they have another player that normally comes from the bench. He's one of the brightest stars in the Cameroonian team. He has scored 2 goals so far, coming from the bench, Ibrahim Mbaye. He's not in the lineup, but he normally comes in. He's a super sub. So that means the Cameroonian, they have what it takes. And for the Moroccan, with respect to them, they've done very well in this competition. But to me, they've not lived up to expectation of being the best in Africa. Both FIFA ranking, CAF ranking, they've not really... they've not been tested. Maybe the game, at times you improve game on day-to-day basis. Maybe tonight will change, but if you have to look at what have been done before, take it or leave it, I'll go with Cameroon to do what they know how to do best by dealing with the host nation, Cameroon. Well,
before Akogu Yusuf talk quickly, let's just swap to head-to-head of these two nations, the host nation, Cameroon, Morocco. Okay, look at it. They've won 3 times at AFCON. Morocco won twice. Cameroon once.
Yes, the head-to-head, like we've always said, is not going to count for what's going to happen today. And if you're a host, if you're hosting a tournament and you want to go find that tournament, just pray you don't meet Cameroon. You understand? Because, like he rightly explained, they have the history of knocking out the host nation. Even going at the World Cup level, anytime they play the opening game against the host country, they always come out victorious. So they have that history of beating the host country. And this is a major test from Morocco in this tournament. They've not done so well so far in this tournament. How they struggle to beat lonely Tanzania. I mean, some say...
Why do you call them lonely? Now, I want to know the reason why you call them lonely.
In terms of FIFA ranking, I mean, we're just talking about FIFA ranking right now.
In Tanzania should come for you. I'm not there, please.
No, you can't put Tanzania and Morocco on the same level when you're talking about African football.
It's the loneliness that you mentioned.
They are not in the same category. You can't talk about that. If you look at how they struggle to beat Tanzania, you'll be worried. If you are a Moroccan, you should be concerned that, oh, you're playing Cameroon at this point, it's firing on all cylinders. So it's quite a whole lot for Morocco today. We're going to see whether they are ready to win this cup or not from today's game. But for me, I think Cameroon is well drilled, a very young team, brilliant team. Look at the attack there. Namaso, fantastic player. I mean, look at Shamado, one of the best right or left back in this tournament. So far, he's done so well so far. And of course, you have Mbeumo there also doing so great there. Of course, the man from Bayer Leverkusen, Kofane, fantastic goal scorer. I mean, look at this header against South Africa. What else do you expect? So me, Morocco is in for a long night today. And maybe the 12th man, talking about the supporters, can actually come to their 80 day. But for Cameroon, as we always know them for knocking out the host country, they don't really care about the 12th men.
From the way you are talking, both of you are going for Cameroon. Stylishly.
And that's something that you don't like.
Oh my
You don't want us to do at the same time.
Why would... Wait a minute. Is it a gang up?
No, this is not a gang up.
You guys are ganging up against...
We're looking at the performance of the team so far in this tournament. If
Why are you... Wait,
hold on.
Why are you aligning with him?
No, it's not an alignment.
It's a reality check.
Let's look at Cameroon group, for example. They played Cote d'Ivoire in this tournament. And they didn't lose.
That group team
drew that
may
game.
not work today.
They played Gabon.
It might not be working today.
I know it's not going to work. They play South Africa. They eliminate South Africa with ease.
Yeah, I hope you are not trying to teach where Eric Child that mentioned voodoo.
No, the voodoo doesn't
Are you sure? Because of the way you both of you say, oh, Cameroon beat this in 1998, this one 1982. Okay.
No, they have the history, and that history favored them. Each time they come up against, don't forget, the winner of this team who played Super Eagles, who were able to scale through against the Algerian team. All right, so we know we're looking at the strengths, our eyes on this game. And of course, if you ask me, I would even prefer Morocco to win. But given the statistics and what we've seen so far, the two teams have done so far in this tournament, I think the odds favor the Cameroonian. Let's see what happens truly if the Cameroonians will be winning this encounter, or maybe the Morocco, at least the host nation. Well, that match is still ongoing between Mali and Senegal. It's still goalless, tough one it is. Both of them are really looking for goals. And now, because of our time is almost wrapping up, almost just 4 minutes to go. But so far, taking a look at this, you mentioned that between Cameroon and Morocco, we have to play if we are able to defeat Algeria tomorrow. So, taking a look at this, among these 8, Olawale Peters, who do you see in the final? Just 2.
Okay, so for Nigerians not to wait for me outside, let me be sentimental. Okay, I'll see Osimhen in the final, then I'll see Sadio Mane in the final. I'm predicting Nigeria-Senegal to meet in the final. Yes.
So it means, if you say that, it means Nigeria will beat Algeria.
Yes.
Senegal will beat Mali.
Yes.
That's what you are saying.
Yes.
Wait. Now, we are to face whoever wins between Cameroon and Morocco.
Yes.
So it means if we beat Algeria, we are also beating whoever comes from here.
Capital, yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Because he picked Nigeria, Senegal.
Yes, correct.
And then it means Senegal too would beat Mali and beat whoever will between Cote d'Ivoire and Egypt. Oh my goodness.
Capital, yes.
But for me, I see a repeat of the 2023 AFCON finals, Nigeria against Cote d'Ivoire. Again, it's time for us to take that revenge.
So that's a different one now. You are taking different route. If we beat, it means they will beat Egypt.
They are going to beat Egypt, and then, of course, we'll beat whoever that is coming from the other
They will
group.
beat Egypt, and then they will beat Senegal or Mali.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
Then we will beat Algeria and beat someone between a team between Cameroon
whoever is coming
Morocco.
from the Cameroon or Morocco.
Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Senegal.
Okay, we only agree on one thing. We both agree that we'll defeat Algeria, then we'll defeat whoever wins between Cameroon and Morocco. However, he's on the side that, okay, and Cote d'Ivoire will defeat Egypt, then Cote d'Ivoire will also defeat whoever wins between Senegal and Mali. Why? I believe Senegal will defeat Mali, then Senegal will defeat whoever wins between Egypt and Cote d'Ivoire. So that will set the stage for Nigeria and Senegal in the final.
I like the way you actually, because already you knew where I was going, but
Yes.
nevertheless, because you borrow Baba was a dog now, you should be able to scan through. I understand. Anyway, it's been a wonderful time with them in the studio, Olawale Peters and Yusuf Akogu. That match ongoing between Mali and Senegal, and it's still goalless. Tough one it is, both of them. We want to see who's going to win this particular game today, the Eagles of Mali or the Teranga Lions. And big one coming up later by 8 p.m. Morocco versus Cameroon. Indomitable Lions versus Atlas Lions. One lion must fall. I didn't know how lion would beat lion, but one of them must win. Okay, finally, prediction, this ongoing match, your scoreline.
It's a tough one. Like I said, it's 50-50 chance for both teams. But I think Mali is going to take this one. They are going to drag...
Is it going to be a penalty?
They are going to drag Senegalese to 120 minutes thereafter, Mali to win on penalty. 3-2.
Penalty, 3-2, okay.
The game will be ended in the next 90 minutes. It won't get to the penalty. So Senegal, they are winning 2-1.
Mistakenly, don't mention Mali.
So I give it to
Mali.
I give it to Senegal. They are winning. It won't get to the penalty because they know that is their weakness. So they won't want it to get to that point.
A good one there. Both of them actually predicting that Cameroon, Morocco, we're going to see who is going to be winning, or Mali, Senegal. A big one happening there. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to appreciate you guys. Okay, Pastor Yusuf. Don't mind me, just please some trunks there. Anyway, thank you so much for coming, guys.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Okay, from the entire crew, I'm Adeniyi, Ajisafe, and we wrap it up with our sponsor, November Cubes Group. Thanks for watching.
My name is Dr. Habib Atondani for Oshape, Chairman November Cubes Group. Let's come together as one Nigeria from the savannas of the north to the coast of the south, our heartbeat as one for the Super Eagles. Let's celebrate our diversity and unite for victory. From all of us at November Cubes Group, we do wish the Super Eagles all the best at the AFCON. Bring them the trophy, guys. Kindly do visit us today and discover a world of luxury, comfort, and tranquility. At November Cubes Group, we're not just building homes, serving meals, or offering hospitality business. We are creating a lifestyle that is perfect for families, professionals, and entrepreneurs. Thank you, and we look forward to welcoming you soon.